Hi, Sylvia here. Welcome to my channel. I am going to create a grungy journal using 49 dragonflies tutorial following along. I have already followed along on the signatures once, and I enjoyed it so much that I have decided I am going to do a whole grungy journal. I only did the signatures because she was doing the fabric, joining the pages with fabric, which I won't be doing in this particular one. So I wanted to try and see how that works, and I love doing that. I must admit, I made a few mistakes. I shouldn't have used this, and I shouldn't have used the other, and so on and so forth. But I really enjoyed doing this. So I've decided I'm going to do a full journal, and what I'm going to use for that, I bought this a while back, last year at some point on eBay, and I think looking back now, I've been looking at some more, trying to find more, and I can't, not for this price anyway. It was used account ledger, and it's got, 1907, and it's got this beautiful inlaid paper, and it's just so beautiful. And I decided this is what I'm going to use, and I'm going to make the spine slightly different because I don't want to use fabric like Barbara did, because I don't want to lose this. So I am just going to fiddle it, I think is the word you're looking for. So the front, we're putting that aside, and I've made the holes in there. It will become clear why in the end, because I'm going to try a different spine, something I have never tried before. I've seen loads of times, but I cannot find a proper how-to anywhere. So now, following on, I have downloaded Barbara's pack of printables or Life Remembered, and I am going to use some of it, or one of them, or a couple of them. I don't know yet. Certainly going to use one of them. I know that goes on the front. But I am going to use my family, or our family, my partners and mine. So what Barbara has done, she started off with a base, and what else did she do? And then she had her Life Remembered, so which I've already semi-grunged. I printed it out on cardstock and I tore it up a bit. So I just have to do the bottom layer, as it were, and I'm going to do a bit of inking, and I am not yes, I am actually going to crinkle that up a little bit. If it tears, it doesn't really matter, because the way Barbara's done it, it looked really vintage. And I'm using, it's got vintage German, using a vintage German font. It's old German script, I think. That's what it's called. And see, torn it already. Let me put something under there. It doesn't matter, but I'm going to, I'm just going to ink it along, basically, because some of it will be covered anyway. And if it tears a bit, and tears, then it does. It's It's not going, in this instance, it's not going to be the end of the world as long as it stays together. So I'll leave that there. Oh, and I want to do a bit on that as well. I mean, Barbara's used her pack, her printables, to create a little story, which I am not doing. I have decided that I'm going to use real people, well, people that existed, they no longer do. And for this particular one, I am going to use my very own grandmother, like so. I don't know the woman. I've never met her. She was long gone when I came along, but she's my dad's mother, and that is what I'm going to use. So this is what it's going to be like. I also did what Barbara's done. I put a piece of card to raise it up, and I grunged it up a little bit on the edges, because I don't have the liquid, the Inca that Barbara has. So I just grunged it up a bit with the scissors and some very fine sandpaper. So we're doing that. And then I have, because this is a real story, sorry, a real family, real book, but I don't have a paintbrush and it wouldn't be suitable anyway, not really. I've decided to frame the clock, and I'm going to attach a key. Now, this is nice and rusty. This is proper rust. This is like none of your fake stuff. This is really rusted, and I liberated it out of my partner's shed. This, however, this key, because I'm such an impatient person, I used my Rust-Oleum on it. So it's semi-rusty, I like to call it. So this is, and I'm going to, while I am gluing this, I am not gluing the key. I am going to wire attach the key to the ring. Hopefully that is. That's what I want to do. So I'm hoping I'll be able to do that to a decent extent. You wouldn't think it was so hard to cut, really. So let me see if I can just wrap it around a couple of times. Doesn't have to be perfect. It is, after all, supposed to be grungy. So, and I'm putting that at the back. And then I'll do one more, because I don't particularly want to cut myself every time I oh, like that, every time I pick up the book, do I really? So let's put that back there. Okay, so this is going to take some drying time, but I am also, like Barbara has done, I'm also going to secure the ring through the whole cover. So I've done. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to attach part 1 to the cover. I have decided for the spine, I have been wanting to do this forever and a day, ever since I sort of seen it online, as I want to use a piece of driftwood. But I can't find anywhere where they show how to attach the signatures to the spine. So I have worked out something which I hope is going to be, I hope it's going to work. I don't know whether it will or not, but I'm going to give it a go. Let's put it like that. So I just need to find out where I'm going to put grammar. So I want to show a bit of the writing, and I want to have her offset. Yeah, that's a good place for it to be. As you can see, mistake prints, you know. But however, waste not, want not. We don't want any of those, so we use them anyway, regardless. So we'll put her down a bit, like so. So we put that there. Pull it over a bit more. Yep, that's fine. So you can press that down. And we'll put grammar aside for a minute, because like Barbara has done, I want to put a hole through the spine so I can put some wire and wire the washer in. So which is going to go right in the 12. So now I just need to hope I can get it through, which might take some doing. Did that go through? Yay! So, and I also need to have one above it, like there. Right. Apologize for the shake, the whole table is shaking. So we do that. So I'm going to do both, a bit of glue and the wire. I mean, I think the glue is probably useless really, but I'm going to add it anyway. Never mind, we'll try it, and it'll probably do absolutely nothing, but we'll try it anyway. So got that there. Now I'm going to use some wire. My plan is to wrap it like I did the key, maybe once or twice, hopefully, just to keep it in place, because like I said, I have a feeling that the glue is about, I think the glue is about as useful as a chocolate fire guard. So so the wire will be needed regardless. And like I said, I don't mind that there is a hole and the wire poking out at the back and that it's on full view. I really don't mind about that. It's all for the aesthetic, isn't it, really? It helps the whole basic look. Are we not going to get another one through? Oh, am I not going to get a third one through there? Oh, it doesn't look like it, does it? Well, that's a shame. I really wanted another one. I'll have to make the hole a bit bigger, I think. Oh, the things we will do for our craft day. Right, so if I can keep the paper there though, then I can maybe... Right, here we are. I think that's quite, 3 is quite a good one. Let's tighten that up. Do a bit of twisting. Twist it around there. I might actually stick a bit of washi tape on the back. I don't know, something. Or nothing. We'll see. Right, let's trim that off. Maybe I can think of something. Maybe I just put some clear tape on it, just possible. As long as I know it's there. Press it down a bit. That's not too bad, I don't think. Yeah, that's fine, isn't it? Right on the clock, 12 o'clock, and put the... There, that's not so bad. That's loose, that's fine. So we have that. Now then, so grandma will be a bit offset. Now let's see. Barbara used some cheesecloth. I don't have cheesecloth, but what I have done is, you know, some netting from fruit netting. Yellow, it was bright yellow because it came from the old lemons, and I have since sprayed it with some tea stain, not tea stain, don't be silly. What is it called? Tim Holst Distressed Ink Stain. It's still comes off, but it's all right. I can live with it. You know, I know where the bathroom is. I can wash my hands. Something like that, I think. And maybe fold. Right, let's see. Let me just check if I can do it that way a bit better. A bit of zhuzh. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Fold that in. Fold that in. That in. I think that's great. So I'm going to glue grandma. Put glue. Make sure she sticks and hangs around for a long time. I mean, this is actually the original photo. I did make photocopies of it, but I know where this photo has been hanging around in my mother's cupboard, then in my brother's cupboard. People are just not these days, unless you know the person, there is no more interest, is there really? I mean, what are you going to do with all these photos of your ancestors? I have seen it at when we cleared out his mother's house. It was a nightmare because there were so many photos, traveling photos that they'd taken, and we weren't interested in them. We didn't want them. So if you've got anything like this, trust me, unless you digitize them, they're just going to get thrown out when you're gone, as it is. Trust me, that is what will happen. Right, so done that. What else did Barbara do? Oh, she put a label down, which I actually should have done before. Just like Barbara, I made the same mistake, would you believe? Can you credit it? Would you believe it? I made exactly the same mistake as Barbara did. How awesome is that, huh? Sheesh. So, because it's going to be his and my family pictures in there, I printed out, because my handwriting is absolutely atrocious. I printed out family. So I'm going to cut that out and put that in there. I actually printed that out on Canva because that was not a good idea, but it's old. So I'm going to cut that out. And hopefully it will somehow miraculously fit in there. I probably will have to glue it. Oh, dearie, dearie me. Well, that didn't work, did it, Mrs.? You need to print that again, I think. No, actually, I won't. I will leave it. I will leave it. I will leave it. I will leave. Don't press that down. Don't press that down. Right, so I'll get the tiniest ever pins for my fat fingers. Which I'm hopefully going to be able to get through there. So I want to keep the 312. No particular reason. I just want to keep it. All right. Where's my awl? Just a little hole there. and a little, oops, little hole there, just enough for them to go through, hopefully. I can't believe I made the same mistake. Goodness me. You have no idea how many times I've watched that video just so I wouldn't make the same mistake. Yeah, live and learn. Well, you'd think you would, wouldn't you, really? But apparently you don't. So that's pointless because that is now ripped completely. Great stuff, Sylvia. Marvelous. Can you not even get that right? Apparently you can't. Right, okay, here we are. Oh dear, dear, dear. Let's see what else it can mess up, shall we? Like I said, wouldn't want to be accused of being professional in any way or capacity, because that would just be too much pressure on myself, really. I need a pair of pliers because I need to cut more off, and I apply some glue. I want to cut off a little bit shave off a little bit at the bottom, and we want some glue, gloopy glue, just a little bit, enough to make sure it stays put. Push it in there, and now we glue this whole thing down properly, Mrs. Right, so it doesn't matter. I don't care about the odd loose bit being flying about there, because again, all adds to the aesthetic, does it not? Right, so this is my cover, how I interpreted the cover for my, or our, shall I say, family. And I will, just like Barbara did, I will do another video when I do the signatures and the pages. But I think this is really actually quite lovely. So thanks for watching, and bye bye.